Man shot dead near Halfway Tree Transport Center. A man died from bullet wounds he sustained during a gun attack near the transport center in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew on Tuesday. The man was loading vehicles at this intersection of North Odine Avenue and Canton Spring Road sometime before 6 p.m. when he was approached by a man who shot him. Assistant Commissioner Gary McKinsey, head of Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch, told the news that members of his team who were in the area responded but the gunman escaped. He said the wounded man was taken to hospital but later died. The shooting caused panic among commuters who were awaiting transportation in the evening rush hour. More than 1,000 murders recorded so far this year. The latest crime statistics show that the country will again end the year with more than 1,000 murders. Some 1,011 murders have been recorded so far this year, but this is 244 less than the number of homicides recorded for the corresponding year last year. Some 1,011 murders have been recorded so far this year, but this is 244 less than the number of homicides recorded for the corresponding period last year. Prime Minister Holness has argued that the 20% drop is a clear sign that the security measures implemented by the government are bearing fruit. According to the data, St. James have recorded the highest number of homicides with 116, followed by St. Andrew South with 101, Westmoreland 92, St. Catherine North 84, St. Catherine South 73, and St. Andrew Central with 68. Some 792 people have been injured in violent attacks this year, compared with 893 last year. There is a 9% reduction in shootings and a 25% reduction in reported cases of rape. The gun has featured in 844 murders recorded so far this year. 30 children are among the total homicide victims. In the meantime, members of the security forces have seized 688 illegal guns and 11,387 rounds of ammunition so far this year. 50 assault rifles, 20 submachine guns, 525 pistols, and 53 revolvers are among the weapons seized. Man gunned down in Morant Bay, St. Thomas. An investigation has been launched into the murder of a man in Morant Bay, St. Thomas on Tuesday night. Dead is 31-year-old Roger Gale of Friendship Lane in Morant Bay. Reports are that about 11 p.m., explosions were heard in Springfield Bampo Lane, Morant Bay. The police were called to the scene and Gale was found with gunshot wounds. He was assisted to the Princess Margaret Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. No motive have been established for the fatal shooting. The Morant Bay Criminal Investigation Branch is probing the matter. Man shot by cop after being caught breaking into his car charged. A man who was shot by a policeman after the cop confronted him arising from breaking into his car along a roadway in Montego Bay, St. James has been charged. 43-year-old Morris Bell Davis was charged on Tuesday with malicious injury to property and simple larceny. The incident happened along Barney Street on Monday. Reports from the Montego Bay police are that about 10:40 p.m., the policeman saw Bell Davis allegedly breaking the glass of his motor car and removing a bag from his vehicle. The policeman reported the call out to Bell Davis, who ran. He was chased by the policeman. During the chase, Bell Davis was reportedly seen attempting to remove an item from his waistband. The policeman, according to the police, in fear of his life, drew his firearm and opened fire in the direction of Bell Davis, who fell to the ground. A police team was alerted, which assisted Bell Davis to hospital where he was treated. Bell Davis was placed in custody and subsequently charged on Tuesday, November 19. His court date is being finalized. Brothers accused of chasing man with machetes arrested. The Hanover police arrested and charged two brothers with wounding with intent in relation to an incident in Burnt Ground, Hanover on Saturday, November 16. They are 20-year-old Tyrell and 22-year-old Brandon Onigan, both Masons from the Ramble section of the parish. Reports from the Lucy police are that about 9 a.m., Tyrell was on his way to a shop when he was confronted by a man who brandished a machete and chased after him. He then made his escape and went to call his brother Brandon. The brothers reportedly returned armed with a machete, which they used to inflict wounds to the man's head and upper body. The brothers later made good their escape in the area. The wounded man was assisted to the hospital A report was made to the police, and the brothers were subsequently apprehended for the offense and charged on Tuesday, November 19. Their court dates are being finalized.
Good day, I'm Lisa Rowe, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, November 20, 2024. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has signaled the government's intent to move towards the consolidation of payroll taxes into a single payroll tax deduction as part of long-awaited tax reform measures. He made the announcement during an economic policy statement on Tuesday, detailing a major growth plan for Jamaica in what he calls the next chapter, Pivot to Inclusive Growth. Other key initiatives being considered include Urban Renewal Tax Credit to attract private investments to underserved areas and accelerated tax write-offs that will incentivize businesses to modernize their facilities, retool, and adopt advanced technologies. In another move targeted at productivity, government is looking to ease the burden on small businesses by increasing the GCT threshold for them. Also being explored is the removal of taxes on tips to reward service excellence and productivity, particularly in sectors like hospitality and other service-based industries. The Prime Minister says a national infrastructure fund is also being looked at.
The focus of this administration is to move beyond plans and policies and to deliver tangible results for the Jamaican people. The time for talk has passed, and yes, the time for action is now.
These are among a range of policy changes expected to result from the 6 pillars in the Prime Minister's new growth plan for Jamaica, namely human capital development, economic diversification, infrastructure development, reducing red tape and bureaucracy, safety and security, and inclusive growth. The tagline for the new growth agenda is Aspire Jamaica. Aspire being an acronym for Access to Economic Opportunity for All, Safety and Security, People, Infrastructure, Reform of the Bureaucracy, and Economic Diversity.
This chapter is about bold action, shared responsibility, and unyielding ambition with visionary leadership. Together, we will create a Jamaica that is not only stable, but thriving.
Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Senator Aubin Hill, is inviting more experienced Jamaicans to start innovative businesses that will help to grow the economy and create wealth. Minister Hill made the call during a GIS think tank on Monday as he outlined activities to observe a Global Entrepreneurship Week from November 17 to 21.
I'm also encouraging people in their middle or prime of their career to say, this might be a time for me to start a business. This might be all this experience I have. I see a gap in the market. I see a service that is needed, not being supplied. I see a product that is wanted, and a product that is wanted not just in Jamaica, but the diaspora and other countries outside. I'm going to fill that gap.
Senator Hill also encourages entrepreneurs to participate in various activities being staged by his ministry during Global Entrepreneurship Week. These, he indicates, will provide insight and support business startup and export.
People in their 30s and 40s to go over to JBDC, go over to NCMAS Herald, say, look, I want to start a company, and this is the experience I bring.
Global Entrepreneurship Week is being observed under the local theme, Engaging MSMEs for Growth and Resilience. A renewed call is being made for greater private sector and community involvement in advancing Jamaica's education system. Portfolio Minister Senator Dr. Dana Morris Dixon made the call during a recent sensitization school tour. Her stops included Paul Bogle and Morant Bay High Schools and Morant Bay Primary.
Government alone can't do everything. We have to have support. We have to have the private sector supporting us. We have to have the communities supporting us.
Minister Morris Dixon points out that several private sector entities have made significant donations to 2 of the schools she visited, highlighting the positive impact of such partnerships on school resources and infrastructure. The Education Minister is also commending the dedication of teachers, lauding their commitment to students despite challenges in resource availability.
We have really great leaders in our schools who are doing extraordinary work. Many of the times the resources are not there, but They are doing a fantastic job.
The recently appointed minister's tour is part of her ongoing efforts to assess and improve conditions within the education system. The state-of-the-art solar water harvesting system in the Pleasant Valley, Thompson Town, Clarendon, has been hailed by His Royal Highness Crown Prince Haakon of Norway as a successful venture that should be replicated. The system provides potable water for more than 1,500 residents and was established through a multi-agency partnership. Leading the effort for the project was the Clarendon Parish Development Committee's Benevolent Society, with technical support provided by the Clarendon Municipal Corporation and land donated by Jamalco. Funding was provided by the Environmental Foundation of Jamaica and the United Nations Development Fund, UNDP, through its Global Environmental Facility Small Grants Program. Crown Prince Haakon, who is a UNDP Goodwill Ambassador, toured the facility on Monday.
To have an opportunity to store water also for either a rainy day or a day that is very dry, or a period that is dry. So that is, of course, very important, that we have that water security. We hope that this is something that can be replicated also other places, because of course that is vital, that the water source is available.
The Crown Prince also toured the Rocky Point fishing village, where he interacted with government officials and community members, especially those involved in the fishing industry. His visit to the island from November 18 to 20 is part of a mission to promote climate resilience. And finally, the Electoral Commission of Jamaica says preparations are far advanced for the November 22 by-elections. The by-elections on Friday will decide the members of Parliament for the Trelawney Southern and St. Andrew Northwestern constituencies. It will also select councillors for the divisions of Morant Bay in St. Thomas Eastern and Aon Town in Clarendon Northern. The ECJ says 271 polling stations have been established and 74,700 electors are eligible to vote based on the May 31, 2024 voters list. Polls will open at 7 a.m. and close at 5 p.m. The ECJ is reminding electors to take their voter ID card to the polling station. The Electoral Office of Jamaica is also urging electors who have not yet collected their voter ID cards to visit their constituency office ahead of the by-elections. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lisa Rowe. Thanks for watching.